Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today I'll be reviewing Marvel Legends Series 3 Daredevil. So yeah, this is the movie version of Daredevil. I know a lot of people hated that movie. I personally thought it was alright. So yeah, there are lots of other Daredevil figures. Well, maybe not lots, but there are plenty of other Daredevil figures in the Marvel Legends scale and range. There's the 2-pack one, and there's a box set one, and then there's the Spider-Man Classics one. I think Hasbro made one too. And all of them are probably better than this one. The articulation on this guy is not very good at all. The detail and everything's fine. He comes with accessories and bases and stuff like that. But the articulation is not good. He has probably some of the worst articulation I've seen on Marvel Legends. The only one that might be worse is maybe Toad, but I don't have Toad, so I don't know. But he's definitely the worst one I have. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, here we have Daredevil. He's got his head up here, which we will zoom in on in a minute. His body is mostly red. He does have the D logo there on the chest. His belt down here with a little holster for his nunchucks. He has mostly just dark reddish maroon kind of color all over the body. Small amounts of darker paint shading in certain areas in between the folds, things like that. There is sculpted detail in the clothing and sort of making it look a bit leathery. And for the most part, not a heavily detailed figure. Pretty simple costume overall. Of course, it is more complex than the comic version of Daredevil's outfit. But anyway, zoom in on the head sculpt really quick. Alright, head sculpt-wise, the top of the head is sort of a slightly leathery textured skull cap bit. Has little horns there, and then the lower half would be supposed to look like Ben Affleck's face. Honestly not sure if it does or not. I guess it kind of does. Not really important whether or not, since it's just the lower half of the face anyway. Alright, now let's zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, the head will rotate all the way around. It does go up and down a very slight amount. Cut joints here at the shoulders, single joint elbow, wrist cut, hinge, and finger joints on both hands. Waist cut, cuts here at the hips, single joint knees, boot cut there, hinge, toe joint, and slight pivoting in the ankles. I really like where their priorities were in the articulation on this figure. Let's make sure we give him finger and toe joints, but let's give him the worst hip and shoulder articulation ever. I don't know why this figure has got such terrible articulation for a Marvel Legends figure, but what can you do? Anyway, let's look at his accessories really quick. Accessories-wise, Daredevil does come with a pair of nunchucks. They are dark red and silver, and they do have a real chain connecting them there. They are pretty cool, but they're nothing special. He also comes with this little white waist clip-like thing that plugs into his base. It's actually a bit too small for the waist. It does hook around his thigh pretty well, so maybe that's what it's for. Either way, it plugs into the base to help hold him up. Lastly, he comes with his base, which is actually pretty cool. It's a stained glass window from like the outside of a church or something like that. It has 3 pegs down here on the window ledge, and then down there in front of the window ledge is the hole where you plug the little thing into. Lots of nice little brick texturing, and then the windows are like stickers, and they all look pretty good. I think it's actually a pretty nice base for a pretty subpar figure. Anyway, let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Daredevil comes in your standard Marvel Legends packaging. Got your big window here, issue of Daredevil in there, and the back, Series 3 Marvel Legends Daredevil. On the back, you get a little description. They had not started doing the stat pages yet, as well as the other figures in this wave, which are Thor, Magneto, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider. I already have a review of Thor up, and I have reviews kind of Magneto and Wolverine up, as I do have the X-Men Legends box set. Do not have Ghost Rider yet, but he is on my list of things to get. As always, good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Daredevil. Alright, that wraps it up for Daredevil, so until next time, goodbye. Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.